Give me some good news, Doc.
Well, Mr. It's still alive.
How do you know that? Even Mistus can't see him.
Oh, I put devices inside all of you to scan your vitals.
When the hell did you do that? Not the issue here. Doc, can't you just use your dimensional teleporter?
I need coordinates to input. Pocket dimensions technically don't exist, so there's no location for me to teleport to.
Besides, I've seen that thing in action. It creates an energy field, not unlike a portal. If we did that, it'd be giving this favor a chance to escape, and we'd be back at square one.
We can't just... What's up? I don't bookmark these pages. This is it! What's it? A summoning spell! We can use this to get it back instantaneously with no openings for Murphy!
Let me see that. Reviewer, this spell isn't gonna be enough.
Why not?
Getting spells to transcend dimensions takes a lot of power. Even with our pieces of the triad, you and I don't have enough magical energy. Even Master Vicard needed help to create gateways.
Magical energy? Maybe this thing can be useful!
But you said...
Not the device itself, but what powers it!
What the? Where did you get one of those?
I take it you know what this is.
Of course I do! It's a conversion gem!
Hi, care to share with the rest of the class?
It was a project that Master Vodka worked on to allow anyone to use magic. It converts emotional drive into magical energy. Now answer my question, Riseno!
I was in Drakal's employ for a time. This was my payment.
Okay, what I'm getting from this is that we can use that gem to power the spell.
Well, yes, but we would still need more people than what we've got here.
We know more people than just those in this room. We made friends with a lot of people over the internet the past few years. We can make some calls and get them to send us their positive energy. Yeah, and if that's not enough, we can even reach out to other people.
But they'd still need to be... And we can't waste any of our energy to teleport them here. Both our magic and what's already in the gem.
Well, no problem there. I've been studying this thing ever since I got it. I'm sure I can use that research to create a device that can absorb the positive energy no matter where it is in the world and funnel it into the gem.
But...
Mistus, we can do this. This can work.
All right then, if you're sure.
Perfect. To the lab!
Come on, Weston. Let's go make some calls. Right behind you.
Actually, reviewer, you need to be on another task.
What?
If we're gonna make this work, we need to focus all our magic on this spell. And to do that, I need you to center yourself. To relax. Now, what calms you the most?
Reviewing usually helps.
Seriously? Isn't that, like, your job?
Not until the Patreon gives a few $100 more. Besides, if you have a job you like, you never work a day in your life.
Okay. But try not to review anything that'll piss you off.
I'm the reviewer. You review it, I review you. And my partner, Mr. It, is currently indisposed. Anyway, if there's one series that has anime fans split, it's Sword Art Online. Yes, it seems like if you watched the show, you either enjoyed it or you hated everything about it. But what happens when people who did enjoy it take legit criticisms, flip them around and have some fun with them? You get Sword Art Online Abridged. Now, I'm not going to cover the plot here as overall it's the same as the anime, as can be expected. In fact, I'm going to put a spoiler warning here. So instead, I'm going to go over the characters and how they differ from the anime. And really, these character changes are what make the show. First up is the man himself, Kirito. He's a complete asshole. One of the most common complaints I've heard about the anime is that Kirito is a bit of a Gary Stew. And yeah, he really is. In most cases, he's too badass for his own good. It's kind of hard to get invested in his fights when he can wipe the floor with most opponents. So what the writers of the Abridged series decided was to basically make Kirito aware of how badass he is. In the anime, Kirito was never really one to brag about his abilities. In the Abridged series,
Get them to shut up, that's the trick!
but as the series progresses, we find out the reason why is because he's lost faith in humanity. He doesn't believe that other people are worth the effort. His whole character arc seems to be about learning how to accept people into his life, which can be really hard when things like Sachi happen. It's actually far more interesting than most of the problems Kirito faced in the actual anime. I can see some lovers of the anime having a problem with turning Kirito into such a dick, but while the anime version was a better person, the Abridged version is a better character. Next is Asuna. Much like the original, she's a complete noob who grew to be one of the best players in the game. Unlike the anime, however, she is also a bit of an asshole. But what makes her different from Kirito is that she tends to let her pride get the better of her. And it gets really funny when she and Kirito start to grow close, and she becomes very possessive of him. And to close off the trinity of assholes is Yui. Okay, asshole might be a bit of a strong word here. The writers used the fact that Yui is an AI to make her pretty tactless. It's not her fault, she just doesn't know any better. Also, as a side note, while her episode in the anime was just kind of another event, an emotional one to be sure, but still, here it was probably the best instance of Kirito and Asuna's character growth. The other characters don't have much changed. Liz's semi-hermit lifestyle is played up a bit, and I swear by the end of her episode, Silica became a psychopath. From there, the only characters to talk about are Klein and Agil. While they have their moments, they're mostly used for a single joke regarding their names. Klein went into the game with a joke named Balls Deep 69, and Kirito won't let him forget about it. Just a little side note here, Spellcheck didn't seem to have a problem with that name. As for Agil, they decided to call him Tiffany.
Tiffany's a boy!
Slightly less terrifying. The whole idea of this joke is that he's a strong badass with a silly name, but it seems to me like the kind of joke you use on a character that won't make a return. Speaking of returning characters, probably the weirdest one that the series created was Fluffles, a cat who managed to play the game. It's so stupid, but they use this opportunity to make some really good jokes. Hell, one of my favorite early jokes starts with this damn thing.
Oh my god! You guys can see it too? So I'm not crazy! Isn't that great, Jesus?
That's right, Jeffrey. Now, kill them all.
Also, there's an intriguing story here that I have no idea if I want it told or not. Fluffles becomes one of the most sadistic mob bosses in all of SAO. I want to know, but I feel like knowing would ruin the joke. Overall, this is an amazing Abridged series that, at some points, is even better than the actual anime. With great writing and voice acting, anyone who's watched Sword Art Online, whether they liked it or not, can enjoy it. And before I wrap this up, here are my top 5 favorite episodes of SAO Abridged, as of the Aincrad arc. Number 5, Episode 1. It introduces us to the writer's sense of humor and what they did with Kirito. A great way to start the series. Number 4, Episode 8. This episode sees the start of Kirito and Asuna's romantic relationship and just how dysfunctional it'll be. Also, this episode reveals Kirito's feelings about humanity. Number 3, Episode 5. With the return of Agil/Tiffany, this episode has some of my favorite comedic moments in the series, brought about from Asuna's awkwardness trying not to be racist.
Excuse me? Mr. Kettle, Mr. Pot called. He says you're black!
Asuna, just relax, and remember,
Everyone's a little bit racist sometimes.
Number 2, Episode 10. The aforementioned Yui episode, where Kirito and Asuna try to use her to get the other to admit getting married so early was a bad idea. Yui is hilarious, I love hearing Kirito and Asuna argue with themselves, and they still manage to keep the heart of the final scene intact. Number 1, Episode 3. Set up as a typical Christmas special, this episode has some of the best reactions, best overall jokes, and is even educational.
Patron saint of prostitutes! Look it up.
I'm the reviewer. You review it, I review you. I hope this works. Ego Sama. Spatio Procule Ete. Alright, everybody, you know what we need! Come home, Mr. It.
Come home, Mr. It.
Come home, Mr. Red.
What? What's going on?
Come home, Mr. It.
Come home, Mr. It. Come home, Mr. It.
So that's how it is? Is the Vicar so cruel as to leave me trapped here alone for all eternity? With nothing but my own dwindling sanity to keep me company?
Come home, Mr. It.
Well played. It appears this game has reached its end.
You're back! Wait, you planned this? And you didn't tell us because...
What? Are you suggesting I watch Reviewer in the shower?
Well, one thing's for sure. Definitely wouldn't have been the same without you, buddy.